Hey, Jerry, I just wanted to respond to your comment. So ultimately, I don't think that it is a woman's beauty that intimidates a man. I think it's more or less her confidence, because their beauty is what's going to initially capture the man's interest. But as they watch that woman, I think they're going to start noticing her body language, the way she talks, the way she moves, her eye contact, that sort of thing. And I think that is what's really going to grab his attention and determine whether or not that they approach the woman. So if the man doesn't think he has a chance because of her beauty, then he probably doesn't, because that says something about his confidence level. But I don't think, in this superficial world that we live in, it's just my opinion, that I don't think beauty kind of is the end all be all. I think it really has a lot to do with the person's confidence, whether approachable or the one approaching.
Social media has ruined relationships, not just because of cheating, but because the average male cannot compete with the amount of attention that women are receiving online. There's posts like this. And these posts have over 1 million likes and thousands of comments, where women are getting their self-worth and their value from random strangers on the internet. And you think that the average male is going to be able to compete with any of that. They're not. You will never be able to compete with the amount of attention that she's getting from social media. And that's why a lot of women refuse to give up their social media or stop posting thirst traps the minute that they're in a relationship. Why? Because they know that you as a man cannot fill that void. But also, it's made the average woman look like a 7 or an 8 when they're a 2 or a 3 or a 4. I have never seen a single person that I've seen online walking around in real life. Why? Because they don't look like that. So that's the other thing. Their ego goes way up here when really they need to be humbled. Okay, bye.
3 signs a woman wants you to approach her. If you don't know these signs, you are missing opportunities. Counting down from number 3, she looks at you, and especially if she keeps looking at you. So quick little eye gazes and she looks away, and especially if she looks at you the second time, she wants you to approach her. Number 2, she gets physically close to you. So if you see her wanting to be near you or making efforts to be closer in proximity to you, another great sign she wants you to approach. And number 1 sign a woman wants you to approach her is she creates opportunities for you. She'll ask you for a favor or think of an excuse to start a conversation, or she'll ask you to reach over and pass her a napkin. Whatever it is, she's opening the door. You just have to walk on in.
A woman needs to go into her masculine and ask you to be my partner.
Well, here's the thing. Women don't overtly do it. They always do it the sneaky way. What are we? Where do we stand? Etc. That is her basically asking you out. That's what I'm saying. It needs to get to that point where she's asking.
But do you see why they ask the man? Because the man leads the relationship. The man dictates the stage of the relationship. Hence, you guys have to ask us.
No. See, that is in an old world where women weren't. But nowadays, since we have feminism and we have all these bad habits from women, women need to ask for relationships, and I'll tell you why. They want to go to the club, they want to travel, they want to have guy friends, they want to do all this stupid shit, right? I have to have my standards and boundaries, and if I ask her for a relationship, what I've effectively done is said, you are fine the way that you are. I want a relationship with you. And then she can go ahead and reserve the right to change at any time because I asked for the relationship. But if I say, hey, I don't, commit to girls that do X, Y, Z, well, guess what? She's going to shape up if she wants to go ahead and get this relationship.
Why aren't guys approaching anymore? I can't take it. I'm not getting the attention that I want. Hot guys aren't even coming up to me anymore.
Look at these creepy fucks when they approach. Ugh, can you believe this?
Ladies, you get exactly what you deserve. Men aren't approaching anymore. Desirable, attractive men that you want are not coming up to you anymore. And we see it all the time. All your complaint videos that you post, it's too late. Your entitled behavior is overboard. It's too much. And guess what the worst part is? The foreign traditional ladies are approaching us. Oh yeah, they shoot their shot because in their countries, they're extraordinarily direct. You did it to yourselves. And now all you're going to be left with when you're post-wall is your boxed wine and your cats.
To be honest, I'd rather just be a little lonelier than deal with all the hassle of dating. I'm really not in a place emotionally and financially where I can deal with sorting through a bunch of misses to find a Mrs. Nowadays with dating apps, there's always something new and more exciting just around the corner. So many women I've dated have abruptly broken things off because they found something more exciting. Dating is like taking on a part-time job. I don't have the time or the energy. I'm sure all of you can relate to that. Social media, Hollywood, and porn have really altered the expectations of the general public across the board when looking for a mate. It's actually really messed up psychologically when a person thinks about it. Specifically, unrealistic expectations are held by people who conveniently hold themselves to extremely low standards but feel entitled to the best. More specifically, unrealistic expectations are held by people who act like victims when they're confronted with equally high expectations.
Did you know that 53% of single men don't approach women because they're scared of coming off as creepy? This means that single women are going to have to step up their game and make the first move. You're telling me half of men will finally leave me and my friends the fuck alone at the bar and stop coming with their unsolicited advances? Let's ramp those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers.
What I mean by this is you have to be the decision maker. As much as the modern world is telling her to be this empowered girl boss, at the end of the day, she wants to be able to relax in the presence of you. So here are some examples of what this looks like. When you go on dates, you're the one who organizes everything. You give her time and day, you tell her to look beautiful, and you handle everything else. Don't pull that, what do you want to do bullshit. And trust me, any healthy girl will love this. And if there's somewhere she wants to go, she'll tell you, but otherwise you be the proactive one. Equally, if there are issues with transportation, you're the one who has to solve the problem. The Ubers aren't working, don't just stand there and expect her to figure it out. You should be that attractive, proactive guy that she wants to feel safe with. Act accordingly, and if you want more examples of how to do this, let me know in the comments.
All right, y'all. Here's a question. Why men don't approach women anymore? Glad you asked. Let's get into it, family. Happy Saturday, everybody. Number one, the fear of rejection. Women today, as we know, have some unrealistic standards. Some women, unless he has a six-pack, 6 figures, and is 6 feet, you can't talk to him. Number two, it's not just about the fear of rejection. For some men, it's the fear of being labeled a creep or a predator because the man that's approaching you isn't your type. So because he's interested in you, he a creep? Come on now. Number three, online dating, which has made it so men don't have to get rejected in person. Number four, social media. Now you can just run up in somebody's DM. You don't have to have communication skills. I think all this technology and everything has made our communication skills terrible, y'all. Terrible. And last, we've seen how women will reject men in unnecessarily rude ways. It's okay to not be interested, to try to embarrass them. Y'all, we gotta stop.
You want to feel bigger than the woman.
It's not about me feeling bigger. It's just about, I don't want a fat girl. It's unacceptable. Just like women don't want a man shorter than them, I don't want a girl big as hell.
Do you not think that's quite like offensive to women?
In what way?
Calling them fat as hell.
Yeah, because they're in direct control of every morsel of food that goes in their mouth. That's even worse. Just like a dude is in control of how much money he earns, woman's in control of how much food she consumes.
Also, men are in control of how much food they consume, so men can also get
well,
weight.
yeah, it's unacceptable to be fat as a man as well, but it's even worse when you're a female, because at least as a man, you can make up for your lack of aesthetics. Men have to provide value and utility in way more than one way. Women, you guys have one job. Make sandwiches, what more? 2 jobs. Make sandwiches, be hot, 3 jobs, and don't be a whore. Not hard.
That is ridiculous. So all you require from a woman, and you think all we're capable of as women, is making sandwiches, looking good, and what was the third thing? Not being a whore. Not being a whore.
Well, I didn't say that's all they're capable of. What I'm saying is that these are things that men tend to value. Women.
We talk about like how cute these guys are all the time. I'm not gonna say where they're from because then they're gonna know.
They're probably from the gym. Like, there's no, they only go to the gym.
We are like, oh my gosh, right? And then they don't even talk to us, and we're like, you know what? We're just gonna.
They're scared.
We're gonna go to them next time.
They're scared to go up to beautiful women.
You know that we love that though.
I would prefer a girl come to me, because then you know.
Why?
Because you know.
Okay, it is easier
but
for a girl.
you will know if you approach as well.
Yeah.
Very true.
You're scared of rejection. Just saying.
I
think about it is either I'm ugly, which is why guys don't talk to me, or I'm like too attractive that they're intimidated, which is why they don't talk to me. And I don't think I'm ugly, so I'm going to go with option number 2.
If I look materialistic, why would you ever approach me with no materials? That is insane. That is crazy. Get out of my face.
Shut up, bitch! Oh my God.
If a woman says these things, walk away. I don't do coffee for first dates. I don't need you to open my door. Do I look incapable? I just have a lot of guy friends. That doesn't make you like insecure, right? My ex was a total narc and so abusive. I'm like a boss, I don't need a man. I just want a man, but the right man. Wait, I'm sorry. What did you say? You want me to split the check with you?
I agree.
Why American men are so different. In Colombia, I dated an Italian, a Canadian, a Spain guy, a guy from Canary Island. I don't even know how to say that in English. A British guy, an Argentinian, of course Colombian. But guess what? I ever dated an American. Now I'm here in United States and what can I tell you? I've been in the United States for 2 years and I'm not lying to you when I tell you that no one wants to take you seriously. Not only that, some men, they just want to be treated like a woman. It's so hard to find someone valuable, someone who wants to open their heart and build like real deep connections. That's almost impossible here. And it's so sad because at this point, I think I'm absolutely never having a boyfriend here. And this really makes me want to understand and like study, maybe do my research about why men here are so different. I'm even about to think that it's me, that I am having a problem, but I need answers.
So in a few seconds, you realize why a lot of women are single. So when you look at yourself, what would you say you need to improve when you're dealing with the opposite gender?
Nothing. Shit, I don't think there's any flaws. I don't really have any flaws.
to improve.
What I need to improve?
Yes.
Probably his timing.
What? Your timing or his timing?
His timing.
No, it's about you though.
Oh,
you need to.
need to
Yeah, what do you need to improve?
I don't know.
You see how she jumped straight to you?
When a guy tried to talk to you, he had to come up, approach you, speak to you. Y'all exchange numbers. Now they just sliding in the DM.
Because y'all not letting a man approach y'all.
No. Men are not approaching. They're approaching in the DM. Approach.
Women don't want to be
in person. Please.
They're not approaching because of their past experience with delusional women and how women are treating them. So they're sort of gun shy when it comes to approaching you to ask you out or to start a conversation. The attitude that women give men when they're, the man is trying to be friendly, say, why is he trying to pick me up? Right? So they no longer feel encouraged to approach you. Okay. So hence why. This is why. And this is Teddy. Meet Teddy. My little puppy son. Okay, be quiet now. Mama's talking here. So, this is why.
And that wraps up today's episode of Manosphere Daily. If you enjoyed the content, give it a like. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified as soon as a new video is out. Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.